Jack Grealish has the same terrible charisma as David Beckham. Jack Grealish's form and influence in Man City's shirt has increased in recent times. He is an important player and with Man City conquers both domestic and European goals. A new David Beckham. Jack Grealish pushed his long hair back and put on a brand new headband. It's been 3 days since Grealish's promotional image for sponsor Puma took center stage on social platforms. Grealish has arrived at the sportswear brand's headquarters in Germany, where the two sides reached a multi-million-pound deal after Grealish ended its long-term partnership with Nike. Being the face of one of the brands doing things differently and wanting to make Jack Grealish a priority in Puma's global promotion plans appealed to the 27-year-old winger. British age. For him, burning hours to film commercials is nothing new, because in the past he has had similar agreements with Gucci, Bose, and many other partners. He posed for photos, showed off his new shoes and shone in a recent promotional photo shoot. Grealish comfortably transforms into a golfer, or a DJ in costumes. To end the photo session, Jack Grealish wore a headband, of course with the sponsor's logo on it, and smiled his usual charming smile. Too perfect for 15 million people, of which more than 30% are women who are following him on social networks. Grealish has an eye-catching appearance, along with an outstanding charisma and personality that makes him the most famous football player in England. This is a player who is described by marketing experts as full of all elements to become the face of world fashion brands. A guy who plays as great as Paul Gascoigne and is as handsome as David Beckham will attract top names, said Ged Collie-Priest, founder of Underdog Sports Marketing, an independent company that supports brand signs said. Who would be better suited than Jack Grealish to advertise your headphones, or your branded apparel? He's unique because he has a recognizable face, while also having a unique personality. The company ICM Stella has supported Grealish both on and off the pitch. He is one of the top clients and the company has seen the midfielder's growth throughout the years. Grealish grew up in Aston Villa's academy, soon caught the interest of Tottenham but remained attached to the club he had been a fan of since he was in the Championship. After a great time at Villa, he moved to Man City for a record transfer fee of £100 million, €120.2 million. In his first season, he became the Premier League champion, but in general, the midfielder's performance did not really meet expectations. As Villa's captain, Jack Grealish's professional performance is unquestionable, a brilliantly gifted attacking player who has scored plenty of goals and created fan-favorite magic. However, Grealish's form and influence in Man City's shirt has increased in recent times. He is an important player and with Man City conquers both domestic and European goals. So where do those contributions help Grealish stand in the rankings of the best players in the world? Are you in the top 100? Top 50? Top 30 or even higher than that? The typical boy of Generation Z. There will be mixed opinions on how talented Grealish is. Many former teammates at Villa say he is the best they have ever played with. Coach Pep Guardiola often talks about the joy of having Grealish in the Man City squad. In England, it goes without saying that Grealish is famous, but he is not considered a top choice under manager Gareth Southgate. Southgate has a mind of its own, and with big brands looking for something new, Grealish is completely different from the usual footballer. Grealish can dance on the pitch, be a Premier League star, but most importantly, he is a magnet to attract young audiences, something that brands with a long history now see as a big challenge. Their best. Dan Connor, co-owner of And The New, an innovative digital sports marketing company that specializes in advertising campaigns for big names like Cristiano Ronaldo, Man City, and the Mercedes F1 team, previously worked with Greek, said, "There are two qualitative and quantitative factors to Jack's attractiveness. Jack is Jack, that's all, a guy in his 20s, muscular, charming, generous, and good at football. If brands provided a list of criteria to be the face of their product, the name Jack Grealish would be ticked in every box. Another reason for the massive change that makes a player like Jack so attractive to the market, is authenticity. No one can be more authentic than Jack Grealish. I was lucky enough to watch him closely at Aston Villa. There's no point in forcing him to act in a certain way, Jack is just who he is. If Jack didn't live in this generation, maybe he would have been carried more by the club and by his family. But in this day and age, when character and authenticity are encouraged and are key to engaging and connecting with young audiences, people like Jack are a dream for any brand. Which brand? So what about the quantitative element? That was his reach on social platforms, Connor revealed. Compared to the number of followers on TikTok, Jack broke all his teammates in England, and lost only to Kevin De Bruyne in Man City. And is TikTok the most powerful organic platform today? What other platform is there where 50% of the people using it globally are between the ages of 10 and 29 other than TikTok? Simply put, he is the first choice to work with, especially for brands that want to reach a new and youthful customer base. Brands no longer see athletes as advocates, but rather as influencers. Grealish's compelling storytelling is also an element of his own identity. Connor adds, one of the key goals of these brands is to tap into a younger audience, who can deliver more value than just buying a soccer cleat. That's it? It's about building lasting equity with consumers. These audiences live for content, and that authentic content is provided by Jack very much. The fact that Grealish is a rising star also helps, as he is only in his second season in the Champions League, while his potential both on and off the pitch is still growing. After moving from Villa to Man City, Jack's Instagram followers increased from 1.6 million to 4.3 million within 5 months. According to the Ear to the Ground's fan intelligence network, Grealish has a huge influence on followers aged 25 and under. The platform tracks the views of more than 11,000 of the world's most culturally influential sports fans. Jack Grealish is the epitome of Generation Z, with a larger following than any of his England colleagues across all social media channels. Research shows that he is also one of the 10 most popular players in Europe among 14 to 18-year-olds in England. Jack Grealish is always Jack Grealish. Jack looks comfortable with whatever he does, from photographing Gucci to chatting with club staff, appearing on magazine covers, but remains the funniest player in the Premier League, Owen said. Laverty, creative director at Ear to the Ground. He makes all of that normal, all equally authentic, and that's what brands want when they choose Jack as an ambassador. They are interested in people who can tell their life story, show who they are. There is an ongoing trend, which is that brands no longer favor flashy, fanciful advertising styles. Now the story of authenticity. It's something that fans love, but not all athletes are comfortable with it. An employee of Gucci still remembers Grealish's friendly demeanor. Even though he was sweating because he had to play the role of an Amazon shipper and surprised the customers when he received the goods, Jack still fully participated in all stages, swallowing all the requirements from the manufacturer with a bright smile on his face. Veteran staff at Villa still say that he is the best player they have ever worked with. That opinion is mainly based on Jack's off-field style. A story that is not widely told is that he often spends a lot of time participating in Villa's charity work. He and his family have sent many gifts to fans with disabilities or critical patients. Jack Grealish has quietly done many good things. Just last month, he heard that Rupert Cartwright, a young Villa fan in Hertfordshire, had lost his father to cancer, before Christmas. He sent the fan an emotional 45-second video message to lift the boy's spirits. Jack also promised to send the boy a signed shirt. Just 2 weeks later, that shirt was in Rupert's hands, and it goes without saying how happy he was. Jack Grealish's known good deeds always make him more popular with the masses. Last week, Jack pinned a personal Twitter post to encourage Finlay, a young Man City fan with cerebral palsy, a disease that Grealish's sister Holly also has. Finlay loved Jack very much and asked him to celebrate the goal in a special way, and he kept his promise after the goal. Collie Priest said, "It's all real, from the video with Finlay, the celebration, and the feelings he has for his sister. Those are the factors that make Jack attractive. But it would be too simple to assume that Grealish has won millions of pounds just because of his personality and playing skills. Marketing is still an industry that is famous for its looks, and having an eye-catching look will of course make your job a lot easier. Brands want to know if your images on social media or ads look good. That still makes a big difference, so for a brand like Puma, building the Jack Grealish image is crucial. Grealish has an iconic look. Everything about him, from his hair to his calves, is instantly recognizable. If you see his silhouette, you will immediately know who it is. In a world where we are exposed to more and more advertising, it is very important to have someone unmistakable. It's someone who can grab attention, keep you from scrolling through his Facebook photos, or make you turn around at a bus stop, really valuable to a brand. That's why something as seemingly insignificant as wearing a headband has such a great effect. I'm sure the image of Jack showing off his calves has the same effect. There was a time when party boy Jack Grealish was at risk of ruining his burgeoning career, but since then he's become more responsible, though brands still love his naughty personality, his lovely. Puma has collaborated with many artists in the music industry. This illustrious brand is planning to make Grealish the face of culture in their advertising. Historically, a lot of deals with athletes have been made and attracted large audiences, says Laverty. But getting those campaigns to truly stand out and lead in the culture is much more difficult. Look at the brands that Jack is collaborating with, such as Gucci, Puma, Bose, all brands that are trying to reach a unique position in the field of sports and culture. Jack was freely squirming around in that space. He happily dances on the football field, but is equally comfortable taking high-fashion photos, interacting online on FIFA's channel, or participating in the club's media activities. Connor added, "Right now, he is one of the biggest cultural influencers on the market. Jack can socialize all day with a teenage fan passionate about TikTok. Too okay. Does he compete for the biggest football titles? Have. Is Jack Grealish a brand face that makes a difference? Exactly." PSG striker Neymar remains Puma's most famous sports player, after the retirement of athletics legend Usain Bolt. This sportswear brand has a tagline that couldn't be more fitting for their latest product: be brave, confident, determined, have fun. And Jack Grealish brings all those concepts to life.